Are you the kind of person who always says yes and is afraid to say no because of some various reasons? Then, if you're that person and from today you want to know how to say no, then this video is probably for you. So stick around so you can know how to say no in a good way, in a proper way that will make you and the other person that you are telling understand and really respect your decision. Most of us have found ourselves in situations where we want to say yes, but instead we end up saying no. This can be very difficult to say no for various reasons because of reasons like fear of conflict. You don't want to anger the other person because they feel like you need to say yes to that thing they are telling. The other thing is that you have that desire to please others. You just want to be a people pleaser and you don't want to say no because of how they may treat you or they may think of you. So you end up pleasing everyone. The other one is like a need to fit in, maybe to your peers, and a need to please them. So when you find yourself in a place where you want to fit for that group, then it can really bring yourself to saying yes instead of saying no. So I'm going to give you ways in which you can say no in a nice way. And the first one is it sounds nice, but I'm not available. Maybe this was person who was asking a favor, maybe to come through, to come, and maybe or go somewhere else, but you end up saying sorry. It sounds nice, but I'm not available. In this way, it's a very kind way to say no. The second one is I'm honored that you asked me, but I can't do it. Now this shifts the burden from you to maybe to the other person by telling them that you feel honored by this, you appreciate them, like you feel respected, you feel honored to be requested to do something, but unfortunately you won't do it. The third one is I'm sorry, but I can't help you at this time. This one really shows that there is a possibility for me to do that thing, but not at the current moment, because maybe at the current moment I have something else going on, but it gives the other person hope that you might do it on another time if that need arises. The fourth one is unfortunately it's not a good time. Maybe you are caught up in many things that you are doing, and maybe you want to tell them one or two things that going on in your schedule, and then you end up by telling them unfortunately it's not a good time for you. Maybe you can create another time somewhere, somewhat time else. And the fifth one is I'm not available at the moment, but maybe next time. It really shows that you are caught up in this moment, but gives another hope there, but that if another moment is created, then maybe you can be available on that moment. The sixth one is unfortunately, this is not something I can do right now. Maybe in that position, you can't do that something because maybe you lack the time, maybe you lack maybe the finances, maybe you lack the confidence, or maybe you're not mentally prepared to do that. But maybe when it comes maybe to later days or weeks or months, maybe you can find yourself doing that thing. The seventh one is I really appreciate you asking me, but I can't commit to that right now. Now this shifts the burden from you, and by appreciating the other person inviting you to a request, and you end up telling them that you appreciate because they didn't go to anyone else but they preferred you. So by this they show them that you show the respect, that you feel honored, that you feel appreciated, but still you can't commit to that time because maybe if you commit to it you might frustrate them and end up disappointing them, which is not a good. So you rather tell them a no instead of a yes that will disappoint them later. The eighth one is sorry, but I can't make it. Maybe another time. Maybe you are planning to go somewhere and you don't have that time, or maybe that place you weren't prepared, maybe financially, and you don't have the resources. So you end up by telling them you can't make it, but maybe if it's possible, another time you can make it. The ninth one is Thanks for thinking of me, but I can't. This really shows that the other person, you appreciate the other person being concerned about you and thinking about you before they came with this request, or maybe this ask or request. I mean, when they asked, so that you really appreciate them thinking about you before asking another person else, and so they prefer to. So this shows that you thanks them for thinking about you, but unfortunately, for some reasons, and maybe you can't explain or can explain, you won't make it. And the last one is just simply saying no, thanks. This is a really place maybe where you have been fed up by saying yes, you have been fed up by pleasing everyone, you have been fed up by just wanna making everyone happy and maybe ignoring your happiness. So this really, it's point blank. You just say no, thanks. If someone asks, let's go out, no, thanks, with no more explanation. And this one, I think maybe after you work on the other nine. Now, this one is the last resort that you wanna use. Well, because this has some finality in it, you simply say no, thanks. And I don't really think the other person will push by asking you to explain yourself, or maybe to ask you and keep pushing you to say yes. But when you use this no thanks, then this can really be a good sign. So saying and no, it can really be difficult. I'm sure you know, maybe many of us are struggling with it. Maybe the person you are saying no to is a very special person to you. Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your parents, maybe are some important friends that have been there for you, and you don't want to disappoint them, and you are avoiding conflicts. You don't want to make them angry, you don't want to make them hate you. So you simply end up compromising and giving up your time to simply say yes. But I think the people around you should really know you, should really know what you appreciate and which direction you're taking. So don't be afraid by just simply saying a no, because this will really help you, your life, and to really create boundaries between you and the people that surround you and the people that are asking this request. So I hope this video really covered the 10 ways in which you can say no politely in a good way without offending the other person. So that's I really thanks. So if you haven't subscribed to this video yet, to this YouTube channel yet, do consider subscribing, and I appreciate your support. If there are other ways that you know maybe someone can use to say no, you can pin it on the comment section, and